Yo, 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 what up? What up, guys? Officially live Friday, May 8th, 2026. It's been a pretty good month so far, I can't lie. We're only a week in, but we got some decent trading set up. So let's talk about it. Let's look at the outlook that we have for this week moving forward and how we can, get the markets on our side, right? Get the markets on our side. I just realized last week I was pretty sick. This week I'm feeling a lot better, pretty much gone, which is good. But I definitely want to go over some stuff with you guys. We're going to take a look at the markets, break down everything that we can for you so that, you have the right call outs this week. And I think last week we kind of cooked, I can't lie. So let's take a look at everything that we had set up. And so I want to go here. Wow, guys, look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq's flying. So we said, right now that we're taking out all-time highs, we need to be aware that we make a continuation higher, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna go over the session. I also know that we have some people that hop on the session that are brand new to trading, and so you may not know what I'm even doing. So let's talk about that, and let's actually break it down for a sec in a way that's as simple as possible. I just realized I'm not even sharing the screen. Let's do that as well. So let's go 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right. So it's been a really good week, and this is our markup, right? We haven't really done anything yet, but this is something for you guys to obviously, get familiar with. If you're a beginner trader and you're getting into the space, TradingView is going to be your best friend. So TradingView is where you paint the picture of what you want price to do, right? This is what we want price to do. We want price to, move forward and in the way that we mark up. But we need a place to do that because there's a lot of apps that you can use on your phone, like MetaTrader, TradeLocker, but they're not, TradeLocker actually is really good, I can't lie. But TradingView, nothing really beats it. You have all the tools in here. You have all the full customizations in here. You can do whatever you want. So that is what we use, obviously, to do this markup. So I'm just going to just drop this in our announcements channel. Just... Let's do this over here. I'm gonna just announce it quick so we can get some more people on the stream. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's see. We got some more people in here. Awesome. Hello, everyone. Hello. All right. So like I said, going into this session, obviously I know that there's some people that, maybe don't know 100% how the markets work. So we're going to talk about that. But like I said, TradingView is your best friend if you're getting into the markets to understand how, obviously price is moving. When we talk about price, you're obviously making call outs as a day trader. You're trying to pretty much predict which of the two ways is it going to go. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? And if I can predict this correctly, I make money. And how much money I make really depends on certain numbers that we'll obviously figure out as we start trading. But the most important thing is knowing which direction is it going in. We got to make that fundamental decision of, is price going up or is price going down? And how do I know which way it's going? Like, what is it that I'm actually using? It's like, I can smell that, there was a skunk in the area because I can smell it, right? It's leaving its tracks behind. If I'm in the middle of the winter in a forest and I see paw prints that look like, it has to be a moose, I know it's a moose because of the clues it's leaving behind. In trading, if I know price is going up or price is going down, I can see specific clues that come with it. So if I got that as my tool, like I understand that. Now I can start making better decisions going into the market. So we're gonna do that right now. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the previous day candle. So every single candle in here marks up a day, right? Every single candle in here is a day of the week. So we mark out our previous day high and our previous day low. This candle is already closed. Right now the markets are closed. The markets close at Friday 5 p.m. and open on Sunday 5 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, EST. So if we understand that, okay, cool. Now we can make decisions of like where we want price to go. Here's my weekly range and my weekly range. So let's just say price moves like this. Price moves like this during the week. Perfect. Maybe it comes down a bit, whatever. This high is the highest high of the area. This low is the lowest low of the area. Let's just say this is the span of a week. This is my previous week high right here. And this is my previous week low. That's what I'm looking at right now. Okay? That's my previous week high, and this is my previous week low. My previous day, let's just say it's up here. This is one candle. My previous day high would be over here. My previous day low would be right here. So let's mark that up again. My previous day high would be right here, and my previous day low would be right here. Boom. So that's my range of the day, whereas this is my range of the week, right? My weekly range. So that's what makes the biggest difference. Okay, cool. Now that we understand that, we can apply that to the real market. Let's go to the real market first, though, right? So this is what we have. The weekly high from Monday to Friday was just Friday's high because Friday was the highest day. So our previous day high is also our previous week high. How about our low? Let's see what our low looks like. Well, Monday was down here. So even though our previous day low is over here, our previous week low is all the way down here, right on this black candle. That's Monday. So we're pressing higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And the beautiful thing about this too are these gaps in the market, right? These gaps that form in the market. We have one right here, and this is an imbalance, right? It's a fair value gap. Huge discrepancy between buyers and sellers. It's how you know the bulls. And when we say bulls, I mean like, bulls equals price going up, bears equals sellers, price going down. So right now, I have a daily fair value gap, which is a huge area of imbalance. Okay, huge area of imbalance. Now that I know that I have this, and we tapped into it. Did we tap into it? Let's see. Yeah, we did. We tapped into it, and then price launched higher. And that's what we did. Price went higher. And so now that we got that, it looks like continuation to the upside. Okay. So I'm going to keep this here. I'm going to delete this weekly structure. Price has heavy momentum, bullish, and no signs of stopping yet. Whereas before I was anticipating potentially a retracement, I don't see any signs of stopping now. If we go to the weekly time frame, when you change the time frame up here, by the way, for those that don't know, it does change the candle. So now each candle represents 1 week instead of 1 day. So you got a whole different scenario here. And so now, below, we got another weekly fair value gap. So we've been pressing up extremely high, which is why we're getting these imbalances now. Okay, there we go. Big weekly breaker structure. Price is just gone. All-time highs. But that's what you want. You want price to, especially in the middle of the year, kind of like we're heading towards the middle of the year, you want price to just start shooting, start delivering as high as we can. So this is good. This is healthy. The indices always go up naturally, right? They're always going up. So that's how we want to trade. So this is what we got. Okay. My bias, there's really nothing else to say except we're just bullish. Okay. We can mark these up later and see how, if there's anything else we need to consider. But NASDAQ for me is very bullish. Okay. Let's go to gold. I said we just hit a daily A+ setup, so we're going to short this. And price did go short for the first half of the week and then just flipped. And now we got this weird situation because now price has broken structure to the upside, given an A plus setup for longs. So this daily fair value gap here becomes the most important imbalance that we are looking at going into next week. How we react to this is going to be very key. So I'm going to write that down. How we react to this daily fair value gap is extremely important for our weekly narrative. Previous day low, let's practice. Previous day low. Okay, it's over here. So we can mark it up as the Friday low. Where's the previous day high? Sorry, previous day high is up here. Previous day low would be down here. Previous week high, let's see, this is Thursday. Thursday was the highest high of the week, so we got it there. And then the low was Monday. There we go. So this is what we got. We inverted this bearish for value gap, which means we disrespected it, which is beautiful. This weekly imbalance, you know, we're coming out of it a bit. We are like going, we went down, but now price is showing some friction. Maybe price wants to go up. Who knows? It's a little early to tell. It's very early to tell, actually. But overall, I'm leaning, like if we hold, then we're bullish. But for gold, I'm going to be undecided going into next week. It does look like it's bullish, but we still have the weekly imbalance, right? But once we break weekly structure to the upside, then we can be a bit more convinced. So like once we break this high over here. But intraday, short term, I'm probably going to trade longs. If intraday price agrees, like PO3s, 1 hour for value gap, stuff like that. That's what I would wait for. So gold, undecided for now. Oil, what a drop. We had such a huge freaking drop. Hit the BPR on Monday and said, F you, I'm just moving lower. But now we got this big swing low. So this may help us a bit for, you know, having any sort of bias to go along. So Monday is up here, so that's our previous high. There we go. So what do we have? The thing is, we have a bearish setup now. If you guys look, we got this bearish daily imbalance, and this bearish daily imbalance for me will be the deciding factor again if we go higher or lower. But seeing that we just disrespected this bullish daily for value gap, and now we're tapping into this bearish one, I have a feeling we're going to maybe retrace a little bit. So how we react to this daily for value gap is key for the weakening narrative. I'm leaning a bit more bearish now that we got lower highs forming. So this is where I'm kind of standing right now. Does that make sense? Any questions, guys? Any questions you have, feel free to drop them down in the chat. We can go into them. We can definitely go into them. Yo, it's crazy how bright it is right now for it being a TGIF at 7 p.m. It's actually insane. Like, I was doing these calls for months and it was just dark, like pitch black. And like when I was doing these calls, I'm like, oh damn, like the day's over, it sucks. It's like, nah, we're just getting started. It's like the sun isn't even setting yet, to be honest. It's not even really setting. We love bearish crude oil. Yeah. All right, cool. I think we're looking good. And by the way, if any of you guys are having a hard time understanding like how like what is going on here, that's how trading is at first. You got to have a step-by-step system. It's sort of like learning a new language. When you hear a new language, like it's like you're seeing someone who's really good at the language speak. You're gonna be like, how is it even possible to understand this? It's like, well, if you break it down and you start looking at the individual pieces, it starts to make more sense. Then when you put it together in sentences, now you can start seeing the real development happen. and that's when you see a lot of growth. And I feel like learning trading is the exact same way. It's a really rewarding industry if you can get these things down because it is the best way to make money. You could be on, vacation, you could be at home, you could be in the middle of your job, you could be hopefully not on lockdown again. I know there's this whole virus that's around. I really hope not cuz like damn, I already lost like a lot of my 20s because of that. But, you know, it'd be nice to not have to do that. But even if something like that did happen again, trading is probably the most like stable or like surefire way to make money because when stuff like that happens the markets become very volatile, and you can imagine it creates a good environment for trading even though people would think it's not, because if the stock market crashes, yeah, that sort of sucks if you're a long-term holder, but if you're a day trader you're taking advantage of these micro moves, right? So it's good. I love the fact that the sun is out late, right? Summertime. Don't worry, I'm so excited for it. I will not be in my house anymore. Yeah, right? Good. So that's oil, yeah. If it drops, hey, there's a chance price can drop even more. We'll see. Or if we invert it. Next thing, Bitcoin. I heard Bitcoin's been moving. So Bitcoin right now just gave us a really clean setup, I can't lie. We went to the weekly, right? So I said bullish into at least 50% of the weekly. Continuous weekly bullish closures are good for price right now. We've been calling out Bitcoin bullish for a while now, and it's been definitely moving in the way that we thought, which is good. So previous day high is over here. Previous day low is over here. Previous week high is up here. Previous week low is down here. Right there. So this is good stuff. We got a good situation happening here. Or we came down into this area, respected it, just went higher. Had this order block, get tapped into. So we're looking good for continuing, but the thing is, you also got to keep in mind we're in the weekly now. So if we can, if this weekly ends in 2 days with a strong rejection, then we might go lower again. But this is what we got to see still. Is Bitcoin, is it now redemption time for Bitcoin? We're going to see. It may or may not be. I think we're going to continue to go higher until the monthly BPR, like I said. And then we'll have maybe another scare as far as price is concerned. But to me, this bullish daily fair value gap, this break of structure, all that stuff that you guys see is really nice for price. So I got this. Apparently the virus is mainly transmitted between rodent and humans, not humans to humans, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, but people are catching it somehow. They better not with that virus. It's such a stupid situation. Like, what do you mean y'all couldn't keep them on the boat? I wouldn't mind that happening again. I would have nothing else to do but lock in and yeah, but, for those of us that want to travel, bro, it's kind of cooked. I can't lie. We don't really have a liquidity sweep here. That's the only thing. But it's just continuation plays. So if you want to look for a liquidity sweep in here, you go to the 4 hour, right? You wait for a sweep of liquidity, break a structure, all that stuff. So what I would be waiting for, if I wanted to trade Bitcoin, is I'd be waiting for a flip of this 4 hour FEG to flip that and then give you some sort of setup. So that's what I'd be looking at. Which is, if I do trade, I'd probably be looking at this, the 4 hour, not the daily. Yeah, definitely. Okay. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's okay. You'll get with the program soon. Don't worry. So our call out was goated. Really good. Really, really good. So now that we're in the weekly, we got to see if price is going to stay in here or push higher. If we disrespect the WFEG, it's bullish redemption time. And we going long until the monthly BPR. Boom. All right. So we got Nasdaq. We're bullish on gold. Potentially bullish on oil. Uncertain. I know gold's a little bit uncertain too, but I'm leaning a bit bullish with that. Bitcoin, I'm leaning a bit bullish on for sure. But a lot of these are uncertain going into next week. Like we're waiting for this one trigger to happen before we can actually, get this stuff done. So that's what I see. So like I said, when you're looking at bias, this is the absolute best way to understand it as a complete beginner so that you can start framing your trades the right way moving forward in your trading. Number one would be look at price as an area to give clues. Look for the clues to be something that are very obvious and repeatable. And so what I mean by that is like if you're looking at, tracks of an animal in the snow, you can tell like what's the difference between a raccoon and let's just say like a beaver. Well, that overall they're kind of small, right? But how do the claws differ? What's the padding like on the actual animal? You know what I mean? Like they're beans, what people call them, right? Like the cute little beans. Like what's the shape of those? The reason I say that is because that's how you can determine now ultimately, okay, so it's not a bear and it's not a moose. Let's just say that's like a bullish thing or a bearish thing. It's not a bear, it's not a moose, it's not one of those big things. So we're not going bearish right now. We know it's bullish, but we need more confirmation. Okay, cool. The confirmation comes from looking at the claws, looking at the paw, like the paws themselves, right? The shape of it. Okay, cool. We got more confluences. This is now it's not a beaver, it's not a whatever. Let's say it's a raccoon. Okay, it's a raccoon. Perfect. Now we go full port raccoons and we're good. But that's how trading works. Okay, we think it's bullish. I have a good understanding it's bullish, but before I can make that assumption, like I know it's not bearish because I don't see big footprints. I don't see anything that's saying bearish. I can say it's bullish, but we need a couple more confirmations before we can actually put money on the line to go with this like not bet, but this highly educated prediction of where price is going to go. That's how we start determining where price is going to move so that we can be on the right side of the market. And that's what we do week after week after week. This is why we have like a 95% accuracy rate with these analysis, with the analysis that we do here every single week on Friday. That is ultimately what makes this community so good. We literally just had another 6-figure trader get crowned today. You guys see that? Who saw that today? Another 6-figure trader got crowned today in our community. It's insane, and the reason is because they're able to put high time frame context into their short time frame entries, find those entries that align with a lot of confidence and confluence, and then make the right decisions moving forward with the right psychology. That is how we can create this time and time again, and like trader after trader after trader consistently. That's how you do it. This is how you go from high time frame, right, setting up your week on a TGIF call like we have right now, to then actually executing in real time. This is why if you guys hop on this call every single week, you will inevitably make money in the market, because I don't even have to do an outlook every single day for you. You will know how, like which direction I'm leaning. And then so you can start taking trades in that direction. Because the trend is your friend. You always want to trade with trend. Trading against trend isn't stupid. It can be done really effectively under the right circumstances, but you need more experience for that. You need to know when to make the right call. If you don't feel very confident in your trading, the best thing to do is just align yourself with the high time frame narrative and just trade like that. Okay? Let's see. Bitcoin went through character development and became Bitcoin again, right? Can we do my father Dow Jones Industrial Complex and my abandoned cousin USD CAD? Yeah, USD CAD is cooked. So we did oil, gold, NASDAQ, Bitcoin. I can do 2 more. So we got DJ. I'm going to be real with you. DJ is the exact same thing as NASDAQ. It's just going to go bullish. We hit this daily for value gap. We got higher highs. We're not even at all-time highs yet, which is why NASDAQ and S&P are pumping so hard, because we haven't even hit all-time highs for DJ yet, which is what's making DJ a lot more attractive for going long, because it's a really easy target, right? So that's why we're aiming for that. So nothing to say, but DJ is just long AF. Like, it's crazy. We're just like, it's bullish, right? This is where we're at. We're just bullish. That's all I can say. Next thing, USD CAD. Weekly bearish FEG. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? And look what happened. We hit that. The BPR cooked and we got it. W. All right. So now that we're in here, now that we're back here again, I can take a look. Okay, previous week low is Monday. Where was Monday? Here. Cool. Weekly low. Then previous day low we got to bring down here. Previous week high is the same day. So we got our previous week highs over here. Okay, the weekly BPR, we're going to delete it. It's not relevant anymore. These liquidity sweeps, damn, we haven't looked at this in a minute. In a freaking minute. All right. So what do I think about USD CAD? So USD CAD, I think just inverted this, right? Just inverted this daily. So that's good. That's a good sign for going long, right? So we got the daily IFEG. Daily IFEG. So this should push price higher. Do we have any structure on the lower time frame though to support this? Right? So we figured out it's a small, in this case, bullish. We're not bearish, so we know it's a smaller footprint. But how do we know? Let's just say it's a bull's paw or bull's hoof or whatever. We know it's not. We know it's not a. Okay, so here's a good way to think of it. We know it's not a paw. We know it's a hoof, right, or hoof, or whatever you call it, right? So we know it's like one of those things. How do we know it's not a horse, right? How do we know it's not like a mule? How do we know it's a bull? All right, okay, well, let's figure it out. Let's go down. Boom. We're not in any like uncharted territory that's like undecided. We hit a 4-hour FEG. This is bullish. Okay. Sorry, it's a 4-hour. 4-hour FEG. So I'm gonna delete all of this. Just inverted a bearish daily FEG, and now price is sitting inside of a 4-hour FEG with a good BOS, break of structure, and forming higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so this is looking really good for longs on USD CAD. So yeah, right, higher highs, higher lows, and we disrespected the daily bearish imbalance. So guess what? We're pushing price higher. And we got liquidity, a lot of resting liquidity up here, right? So these are relative equal highs. One is over here. And then we got more low resistance liquidity up top over here. And then we got more up here. So these would be your targets going into the next week. Okay? That's what it looks like. Hopefully that makes sense. So USD CAD we're bullish on. Boom. All right. So now that we got that, it should make a lot more sense. We did our 6 assets for the day. If you guys do this every single week and you make this part of your like weekly routine, your trading will thank you. You're going to have way more wins. You're going to have a clearer understanding of the market. You're going to understand the flow of the market, and you'll be able to align yourself with the narrative in a way that enhances your win rate and all your decision making. This can be a career for you guys. It's very close. Like, trading can be the ultimate career for you. You just got to literally lock in, focus on it, you know, get the right education, have the right system, everything that you need to do. And if any of you guys are watching this live and have not seen us do this before, or you're watching the recording, like you're watching a replay of it, trust me, like the best thing you can do is invest time and money into your education to learn this the right way instead of wasting thousands and thousands of dollars trying to figure it out yourself. Trust me. So definitely, guys, check out the information down below. If someone invited you here, definitely message them. If you want to message me, message me. My socials down below. Like, this is always a place for you guys to be able to learn and do stuff. And if you're in the community, you guys already know what's popping. All right, you guys are doing great. And, you know, this is our outlook for the week. So if you guys obviously wanted to see what my thoughts were on certain assets, we kind of saw them and what you need to be doing moving forward. So, yeah. You can trade on a live account True, but it can't be my primary asset. It can be your secondary. I'm just hearing excuses. What the hell? I didn't say it wasn't. Amalia this is for a prop challenge. Amalia cooking Jamars. Crazy. I told Jamars not to trade USD CAD because it was his performance is unreal on his new asset. So yeah, all good, all good. Cool. So we'll go from there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this session today. I appreciate you hopping on and investing some time into this. This is why you will always exceed and excel in trading. So yeah, just keep doing it week after week. We're always here doing this time and time again. And if you're in a place where it's sunny and the weather's nice, go out and enjoy the day while you have it. You know what I mean? If it's cold and depressing, just lock in so you can move somewhere that's a lot more warm and sunny. Toronto, where I'm from, will be like that for the next couple months. We get like a 2-month summer, 3-month summer max, and then it's back to winter. So I'm going to enjoy it while we have it. And then after, when it gets cold, I'll be leaving this place, God willing. So, right? No problem, no problem. My performance was unreal on USD CAD, just didn't win as much. Obviously not good enough. We'll leave it at that, guys. We'll leave it at that. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, take care.